Hey folks, Doug Blake with Body Design University. In this video, I want to go over the top reasons for doing supersets. Now, there's probably any number of really good reasons to do them for both you when you're training, but more importantly for your clients. And I normally think of two really good reasons. One is the best and really the primary reason. And so that's what I want to do in this video is give you kind of an idea of why you should be thinking about it. There's a logical reason to do supersets. Now, first off, I'm not saying do supersets in every workout. I've done that for people, clients, for many, many workouts in a row because I wasn't training the same muscle group, obviously. But supersets, when done correctly, can really do a lot of good for a client. You, as a trainer, whether you're really super fit, athletic, you might find that they can be a little bit too intense to do on every workout. But once again, there is an art to what we do. So why should you be doing supersets? Well, first off, what is a superset? Well, it's funny because prior to, I don't know, 2000, 1990s, 1980s, when I was training, a superset had a very specific definition, which is not what we use today. And this video is being created in 2025. So it's a long time since we first started even using or talking about supersets. And so the strict definition was that it was two exercises done back to back without any rest from the first exercise, to the second, meaning I would do a particular exercise, whatever I was doing, I would put the weight down, drop the weight on the stack, whatever it was. And as fast as I could, without tripping over weights, I would then proceed to a second exercise. So superset. One exercise, no rest, right into the other. And there was a reason we did that. Now, like I said, when I first started training, there was a very specific definition, which was you did one exercise and then the second exercise would generally be the antagonistic muscle. So think about this. I would do bicep curls, biceps on my first exercise and do whatever I was doing on my sets and reps. And then the superset would include the second exercise, which would be for your triceps. Exactly. If I was doing a chest exercise, the superset would then be a back exercise. So that was sort of the strict definition. Don't get me wrong. We were still, in some cases, doing exercises with the same muscle group, but the strict definition generally was antagonistic muscles. Well, fast forward to today, and a superset is simply two exercises done back to back, same muscle group. It doesn't really matter any longer, and I got no issues with that. And that's one of the reasons why it's a good idea. Now, when we were training just antagonistic muscles, doing two exercises for the same muscle back to back, we called it a bi-set, right? So two bi. And so we would do dumbbell curls, put it down, and then go right into a barbell curl, something like that, whatever the case was. And those were great exercises too, but the technical definition, quote definition that we use was antagonistic. So today we just say, you want to do dumbbell curls, barbell curls, cable curl, whatever it is, well, that's called a superset. Cool with that. So that's the definition of a superset. The goal with a superset is to try and minimize as best you can the total amount of time that you spend moving from one exercise to the next. Quite often in the gym, you'll see folks bringing the dumbbells with them or putting the exercise equipment, whatever, so that's close together so they can go from one exercise right to the other with very little rest in between. And it's great. Now, so I got you two really top reasons. Like I say, I could probably think of three or four. By the way, if the ones that I mentioned here are not included in the ones that you think are good ideas, go ahead and put them in the comments section below. I'd love to hear what you guys think about supersets and reasons why they are of benefit. So, number two out of the two of these, when I used to train with individuals, like I'd be working out, and again, this one is probably for you, training somebody, is I didn't want to rest a whole lot depending on the type of workout I was going through. And so a superset allowed two people, two workout partners to go back and forth without taking any rest. So again, I'll give you another example of, a standard superset would be bicep curls and tricep pushdowns, just as an example. So here I have my partner with me. I can do the dumbbell curls, and as soon as I'm done, I could put the dumbbells down, go right to the tricep exercise, and instead of my workout partner having to wait, he could come over and do the dumbbell curls while I'm doing the tricep. And then we can switch back and forth. Not only did it save a little bit of time, but it allowed us to maintain the pump that we were trying to get. And that's really that number two of the two reasons that I'm giving you is that supersets, even if you do them on the same muscles, increases that just intense feeling of a pump that you get in your muscles. And of course, is there physiological basis for increased muscle mass or what? I don't, whatever, probably, but that's not what this video is about. What I will say is this, that's similar to like a drop set where you lower the weight to keep moving with your same exercise to really fatigue the particular muscle you're training. What a superset does, if you're doing it on the same muscle, allows you to do pretty much the same thing, increase overall muscle endurance capabilities, because the muscle is, even though it's a different exercise, you're still training that muscle and you're still putting demands on that muscle through the continuation of the set. So continued tension, and so now you're going to increase overall muscular endurance. So that is a great benefit. And remember, for most of your clients, if you're doing supersets on the same muscle group, again, dumbbell curls, cable curls, right, back and forth, you're helping them because they're not generally looking to get uber strong, right? It's not the goal of the average client. We want to increase overall physical capacity for the particular muscle. And supersets allow you to do that and push that particular muscle you're training through extended time frames that increase muscle endurance. Now, if you want to go into the type 2X, type 2A, now the transition to the different muscle fibers in the muscles, that's great. Overall, and by the way, you'll breathe heavier. Heart rate will go. All of these are benefits of doing supersets. And of course, if you want to go on to trisets and giant sets, things like that. But the concept of the superset helps from that perspective. Now, the first and major reason why I like doing supersets, not only for myself, but absolutely for clients, is simply the time savings component to this. If you are a power lifter, well, I don't recommend that you reduce your rest time. There are really good training techniques designed for somebody trying to increase overall power and strength. I'm not interested in that with the average client. I'm interested in getting them in and getting them out in 30 minutes or 45 minutes, whatever the case is. Supersets allow you to mediate your timing with if your client comes in late, 10 minutes late, I'm sorry, you're still done at 2:30. I got to get you finished. Now, a superset allows me then to deal with the time issue. So I want to get the same, or I would like to get the same amount of work done in that compressed period of time now because they came in late. This is a great way to do that. For instance, they come in on a Monday, they're ready to train, but they come in 10 minutes late. Well, that just cut into their 20 minutes of resistance training. Supersets are the answer because I might not have necessarily had supersets already pre-programmed in the training I was doing that day, but now I can't get all the exercises, all the reps, and all the sets. I can't get the volume in that I want to, but I can with supersets because now I can cut out the 30 seconds, 1 minute, in some cases a minute and a half, 2 minute rest time that I might have already allocated for my client for that particular workout. I was just going to do straight exercises and try and increase the weight. Well, guess what? Now I can go a little sideways and navigate the timing where now instead of exercise for 2 sets, next exercise, oh, no, 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 no. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to eliminate the rest time and do a superset. Got the same volume and the intensity and again, concept of intensity for a client. not the same as with an athlete or super fit individual. Video for another time. So I hope you get the point that supersets, the main reason, again, there's a couple of other really good reasons to do it. But the main reason that they're beneficial is the time savings. Clients come in late. For instance, you want to compress your workout. You're trying to get maybe even more volume into your training for that particular client who has progressed. Now you want to do more exercise. Well, now you've got to compress and essentially eliminate the rest time. Remember, the main variable that you are sort of modulating here with supersets is rest time, rest between sets. So the less rest you are uh, putting practically into the training program for that day, the less rest, the more you can do. But this is where you've got to be very, very careful. Because remember, the average client, when I talk about the average client, I'm talking about somebody that trains once or twice, maybe 3 days a week, probably doesn't eat as well as they should, doesn't get enough rest, under a lot of stress, yada, yada. Remember, this is the type of individuals that we generally train. Those individuals can overtrain fairly readily. And so you've got to be very careful. Be, you know, be just be careful with the amount of volume that you're putting into your workout because supersets will, by reducing the rest time, allow you to do more. So generally for that new client, I don't do supersets. I generally don't. It might be a little too much for them, but once they've been training for a little bit and they're in, kind of the consistency of training and maybe they're eating a little bit better, I hope. Um, Now we can add a little bit more into the training by adding more volume. In other words, either more repetitions, generally not. I'm only going to go up to a certain number, but now I can add an extra set or maybe even an extra exercise now because with the superset, I can do more, right, with different exercises. So that is kind of the main reason. Again, in the comments, just let me know if you have found or figured out another reason other than those couple that I gave you. Go ahead and write them in there, and let me know. Let me know if they're working for you and or your clients. It's great having you on board. If you got any questions, just let us know in the comment box. If this video is helpful, put the word understand in there. Remember to subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done so, share it. Of course, give us a thumbs up if it was helpful. It's great seeing you. Have a great week. See you next week. Bye.